Mr. Paul Champagne versus Michigan State Police CPL Unit, Huron County Clerk,
Easy.
24. This time and date set for motion hearing to reinstate license. Attorney Dallas L. Rooney appears on behalf of the petitioner, and Mr. Rooney, you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't have much to add to my motion. Essentially a legal argument that he's not been convicted of anything that would prohibit him from continuing to have his CPL. He did have a couple of driving licenses suspended, but even the second one, originally we called it first, and then when the issue came up, we had that conviction removed and called it a no ops on person, just to be on the safe side. So I think it's pretty clear that my client has never been convicted of a driving license suspended, second offense, or any other of the many convictions that will prohibit you from having a CPL. So we're asking that he get his card back and whatever actions that need to be taken from the clerk's office between them and Michigan State Police, if any, will take place.
Very well, thank you. Well, the court has reviewed the petition. The court has also reviewed the proof of service, which indicates that the respondents were provided notice of this hearing. They were provided notice of this hearing back on February 13, 2024. After looking at the motion and looking at the attachments relative to the district court matter, clearly the district court matter was resolved in a way that the DWLS was withdrawn and a guilty plea was entered to MCL 257.311, which is not prohibitive of the concealed weapons requirements. And as a result of that, and clearly that was the reason for the action by the state and the county clerk to hold the permit based upon the modification conviction in this matter. The court will grant the relief as requested. Will you present an order to that effect?
I do have one.
You have one? Okay, you may proceed. So Ms. Razzo's motion regarding custody, support, parenting time, domicile, and other matters. Ms. Razzo is in the courtroom. She is in pro se. Mr. Beard appears by the Zoom application. And will both parties please raise your right hand?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. You may put your hands down. Anything from the front of the court on this first?
No, Your Honor. This is the initial determination, so we defer to court preference on how to proceed.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Razzo, what are you asking for?
Physical and sole custody of our children.
There are 3 children, correct?
Yes.
Ages?
5, 3, and 2.
Father lives in the state of Montana?
Wyoming now.
Wyoming, okay. And what is the reason you're asking for sole legal, sole physical?
I don't know. To be honest, I've just always taken care of them. I've always cared for them solely. He used to provide. But I feel like their best fit is with me and taking care of them, like the doctor appointments, the sole custody and everything.
How long have you been in the state of Michigan?
7 months, I believe.
7 months, okay. And is the oldest in school?
Yes.
Where's the child going to? Strike that. I'm not going to. Is it a public school the child's attending?
Yes.
Okay.
2 of them are actually in school.
2 are in school? Okay. And there's never been any establishment in any other state as to custody or parenting time?
No.
Prior to the 7 months in the state of Michigan, were you residing with Mr. Beard?
Yes.
And at that time, what was your role relative to the children in his role?
I was a stay-at-home mom for about 5 years, 4.5 years, 5 years. And he was a provider, that's the word I use. I did everything with the kids. I still do everything with the kids. Appointments, any like fairground, county activities, we hang out with their friends. Just when he was around, as a family, we would spend time together, but when he had his hobbies came before the kids. They had extra time. He would after work, go hunting or fishing, whatever he wanted to do, and I always found something to do with the children.
Is there a personal protection order out there?
I believe it's void now, if that's the correct word, in February.
Right. I just wanted to be sure of that because I believe there may have been a motion to reinstate it, but it was not time. That sound about right?
I don't think I ever got the motion for it.
Well, you'd have to file it yourself.
Oh, yeah, I never filed it after that.
Are you looking at, or what are you proposing regarding any parenting time?
Eventually, we can figure that out, I guess, between the two adults. He's not always respectful still in front of the kids, and that drives me insane. Just makes comments that are unnecessary in front of our children. And I don't want them to hear that because, they're kids and they don't need to, I guess, see the tension between us. I would like to work something out with him eventually, but he is also in Wyoming.
Right.
And moved, I don't know if it's farther or not, but, we started from North Dakota to Montana. He went back to North Dakota and then he went back out to Wyoming. Could have moved closer.
Since you moved away from Mr. Beard, has Mr. Beard seen the children at all?
I want to say twice in person. I think twice in person. He had come up in November.
Thank you. Mr. Beard, what say you about this, sir?
The only reason that they were really there for this long is because of the protection order, and that's why I couldn't come see them as much as I wanted to. I would like them to be able to come back here at least a couple times a year. I want it more than that, but she decided she wanted to leave and move further away.
Right. I'm just going to throw it out there. Ms. Schultz, can you explain to the parties the policy, I should say the recommended policy regarding well over 150 miles? And I want both parties to listen to this because I'm just thinking of ideas here. Maybe we can cut to the chase here. Schultz, please.
As a model policy, when we have parties that live more than 150 miles apart, including in different states, generally speaking, you would follow alternate years for the first and second part of Christmas break, spring break, and Thanksgiving as your holiday schedule. And then summer break can be up to 8 weeks under a long distance policy. I don't know with the ages of the children if that would really be an appropriate amount of time to start with at this point. But that is generally our long distance policy. In addition, each parent has the right to have parenting time during Mother's Day and Father's Day weekends.
Question, what do you mean, you said first and second half of spring break and Christmas?
So our dividing point is generally going to be Christmas morning.
Okay.
Keeping in mind, especially when we're looking at a significant distance, that perhaps you're not having the children travel on Christmas Day, but your break exchange is happening the day after Christmas and continuing until just before school resumes.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions? Do you have any questions about that, Mr. Beard?
No.
What are your thoughts about that as a possibility, Mr. Beard?
I would highly consider it, yes.
highly consider it. Okay.
I would like for the kids to, I just wish she would talk more respectful towards me in front of them. Like I said, our oldest is 5. She's super smart. She's so smart. And she picks up very quickly. Now I do want them to see their dad if it's possible.
And what is the visitation during? Is it just summer?
During the school year, there is an option for 1 weekend per month. But again, realistically, looking at the distance between the parties, even if you were to coordinate that, most months schools have either a Friday or a Monday off in Michigan. Even if you were to coordinate that with their long weekend, it's either going to be expensive to fly back and forth every month, or you can't reasonably drive and even use a halfway point. So most of the time in these types of situations, you get credit for the school year overnights as part of the child support calculation, but realistically, we understand you're not going to be able to exercise that.
So, Miss, are you able to, and I heard your comments relative to, you allege how he speaks to you around the children, but are both of you able to speak with each other regarding the best interest of the children?
I feel like now we have gotten better.
Okay.
It's about children. I would like to be, acquaintances, because it's all just, we have children and we're going to be in each other's life for forever. So I'd rather not fight, the rest of my life with somebody.
So the reason I'm asking that is because the court intends to provide some sort of interim relief so that we have some ideas where we're moving forward here. And my question for you is, I hear what you're asking for. Sole legal, sole physical. What are your thoughts about equal decision-making power regarding legal? That is education, religion, medical, that sort of thing. Are you able to speak with Mr. Beard about that? You said you're kind of starting.
Yeah. I'd give it a shot.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, they're our kids. They're always going to be our kids.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Beard, it sounds like Ms. Razzo is willing to give it a shot on an interim basis, having equal decision-making power on legal custody. That is medical decisions, religion, if any, and also education. What are your thoughts?
I would really like that.
Okay. Do you have any problem if we do that on an interim basis, but keep physical custody with mom and parenting time agreeable between the parties until both of you have a chance to sit down and discuss this and maybe even meet with the friend of the court if you're able to about maybe this long distance flight?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you? You're nodding. Is that a yes? Okay. All right. Okay, let's do this. Rather than set it for a hearing and investigation, Schultz, is there a possibility of BDR? Alternative dispute resolution, where you sit down with a friend of the court. So the court will order on an interim basis, joint legal, custody to both parties, physical to mom, based upon hearing the testimony of the parties. It's in the best interest of the minor children at this point. And this is an interim order. And I will also order, as a part of this, no derogatory comments. I'm not saying it's happening. It's alleged it's happening, but it's not to happen. No derogatory comments about the other party to the children. Ms. Schultz, do you think app close would be a good suggestion as well?
Yes.
Court will order the app close function to be used. It's an app you communicate with each other. Do you have any other suggestions, Ms. Schultz?
I would ask the court to also include the other standard communication provisions, no discussion of adult topics, which includes child support, parenting time schedule, that type of thing. Those discussions should be between the parties. And of course, SMILE program.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm going to order.
What was the last thing she
The
said?
SMILE program. It's about an hour.
SMILE is we during COVID we converted it to an online format. So on the friend of the court page on the Huron County website, there is a tab labeled SMILE. It stands for Start Making It Livable for Everyone. It's a co-parenting communication. There's a video presentation, and then there are also some PDF documents that go along with it, give you some tips, instructions, things to look out for. The information in the PDF is put together by mental health professionals that deal with divorce and separation. The one thing I would caution is when you do the video, make sure you watch it all the way through the credits so you can get to the pop-up that says submit to the Huron County Friend of the Court your name and email to show that you've completed the program.
Okay.
But the video is about 1 hour.
Okay.
So I'll order both parties to do that. We still have your current address, Ms. Brazo? You don't have to state it on the record at this point, but we still have your current address.
Sorry, the 6 or 9?
6.
Yes.
And Mr. Beard, you still have your current address beginning with 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So that's what the court will order. Please keep the friend of the court notified of any change of address or employment. And let's reschedule this. What would you suggest we show for the ADR? If eligible.
Generally, we can schedule ADR within 2 to 3 weeks. For Mr. Beard, my question would be with his work schedule and the time difference. I presume he's probably needing an afternoon appointment, if you can confirm that.
Mr. Beard?
Anytime works for me.
Okay.
What we'll do then is the friend of the court will send out a notice for the date and time of that meeting. Mr. Beard will include a Zoom meeting ID for you. It's different than the courtroom Zoom. And then log in. Ms. Razzle, you can come to our office. We'll talk about the parenting time schedule. If you reach an agreement, the friend of the court will do a stipulated order on your behalf and submit it to the court for entry. If you don't have an agreement, then the judge is going to give us a hearing date and we'll come back and further discuss that up.
Any questions, please? Sir, do you have any questions?
You mentioned child support. We already have a child support case opened in North Dakota. I'm already ordered to pay $1,980 a month. And I'm providing health care right now too, which is another additional $900 a month for them. In total, I'm paying $2,600 a month for child support and health care.
Is there a custody order in North Dakota?
No custody order, just child support.
Just child support?
Our office will make contact with the state of North Dakota and ask for that order to be registered in Huron County. So we won't have the ability to modify the support order. That would still go through the state of North Dakota. Although we can talk about it a little bit more at ADR, but under USFA, which is the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act, we have the ability to coordinate enforcement of other states' support orders. So we will look at that and I will address that further during your ADR session.
Thank you.
Any other questions, Mr. Beard?
Nope, that was it.
Yes, again, any other questions? Okay, thank you. That'll be all. Just watch your mail for the next notice.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're all set.